Hello guys, Zanitor here, and welcome to, I guess update video of some sort. Oh god, I don't even know how to start videos anymore. Jesus. It's been a while. So, well, it's been a while since I properly recorded something, like within the last month, pretty much. That's not what the Zach. Okay, I might actually explain myself now. So, if you don't want to know an update video, if you don't want to be bored to death with details of my life and so on and so forth, I suggest going to another video. But if you're interested in any of that, please stick around, and there might be stuff in the background that's slightly interesting. I do not know yet. I'm just recording audio right now, and that is it. So we'll see how this goes. So it's like a podcast, and it's beautiful, and I don't know if it's beautiful. I'm just here, and it's happening. So yeah, where I've been, all that good stuff, we're going to get through that, and future videos, like what's going on, all that good mumbo jumbo. First of all, thanks to everyone that is still subscribing. Like, we are growing, quite well every single day now, and looks like we're going to hit 17,000 soon, which is crazy. My goal of 20,000 by the end of the year, I think it's going to be hit pretty quick, so that's awesome, and thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it again very, very much. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, so I had a hiatus, obviously, and this one's kind of breaking it in a way. Still may have a bit of one. I apologize for that, but I'll explain that in a moment. Obviously, if you follow me on Twitter, you know most of this, but I've had a rather exciting March, as in, well, one thing is people know what I look like now. Apparently, a lot of people didn't know, because I guess I am relatively hidden online. Not really. I never really tried to hide myself, but at the same time, I never saw a purpose of like vlogs and stuff like that. Like, I guess this would have made a good time for a vlog, but honestly, the reason I don't do face cam is because I have glasses that are reflective and you can't see my eyes. It's just like, big images of white, so it just looks really odd. And where my head is actually so large, which my fiance can like 100% contest to this, or not contest to this, but confirm this, I guess. It's like the biggest head of all time, and I only have like 2 options for glasses, and you can't really get them in this, or I've not been able to find them in the non-reflective glasses and stuff like that. So I plan to get LASIK probably next year at some point. After my wedding, which leads me to that. During March, on March 8th, I got engaged. I got engaged to Elle, which I've made a few videos with now. Actually, I've made tons of videos with, which will be going up shortly because I've been editing through them, which I'll also explain later. But yeah, I got engaged to Elle. She came all the way from North Yorkshire, pretty much, in England, for over 4,000 miles. Flew from Manchester to Lexington, Kentucky, and then we ended up getting engaged because it went that well. But she came in on March 3rd, and it just, it was weird because we'd been together at that point for almost 6-7 months, something like that. And when we actually got together, it was just like we've never been apart. It was a very surreal and normal experience, if that makes sense, at the same time. Like, it just, everything felt natural. And by the way, I'm going to get lame here, and you're just going to have to handle it. But it just, everything felt right. And back in November, I had already started on the ring. I think it was like November 26th or something like that, or November 11th, or somewhere around that time. I ended up sending an email to a wonderful woman called Tessa Metcalfe. I don't know how to say her name. I apologize if Tessa is actually watching this, because I think she actually knows my channel. But yeah, she made an amazing ring that was exactly like I knew what I wanted, pretty much, because we had talked about it before, which I know may be a little bit weird, but when you're in a long distance relationship, it's kind of, you have to know these things a little bit more directly. And I'm pretty sure, well, she knew I was going to propose, I'm pretty sure, at that point, because I'm not the most stealthy person of all time. But uh, everything just went so well. Met my parents and all that good stuff, and just it all was perfect and natural, and I love her, so I got engaged, and we should hopefully be married later this year. We're currently going through the whole fiance visa process, because obviously to live in America she has to go through like all background checks, medical exams. We have to get approved, so proof of relationship, proof that we've met in the last 2 years, proof of ongoing relationship, proof that I can actually support her financially, because that's obviously a big thing. The government doesn't want to handle that. So it's a big undertaking. That's where I've been. I've been doing all this. I've been filling out I-129F packages, which you can look that up if you want to know what it is, but it's basically a fiance visa package for the K1, which is what a fiance visa is, if you're curious. So I've been doing all that. It's a lot of work. And then I had to do my taxes. So it's just been a lot. Since I got back from Lexington, I got back on the 14th of March, and I've been working nonstop on all that. It took me about 3 or 4 weeks just to get through that, because it was a lot of work, honestly. It took me a whole lot of time just to get through everything there, and it was rough. But I'm through it now, so that's amazing to have that over with, and sort of being able to relax a little bit more, I guess. I say that, but I still got a lot of stuff to do, and I was getting back into editing too, like getting back into the flow of work. That's very, very hard after having a little vacation, even though it was just 11 days. It was still kind of difficult. I guess before I go on to the next bit, I sort of have a list of like things to say, and I'm still even going all around it. But I guess I'll just explain, like, because there was people wondering how we got engaged and all that stuff, or like how I did it, I guess. So obviously I had the ring, like I said, designed for through Tessa, which I was there pretty much through the entire process. And I was too embarrassed to tell her that I had actually, or that she told me like what she wanted in a way. Like she gave me all these hints and stuff, and then Tessa just assumed that it was my future mother-in-law, her mother, that was helping me through it. I'm just like, yeah, that. I didn't technically say this, but in a way I did. I was too embarrassed to the fact of like, yeah, she just pretty much told me exactly what she wanted, and it's not really going to be a surprise when I ask her to marry me, but it's fine, whatever. But I kind of went all out because she showed me this, this one, and then took it quite a bit away from it. It was the same sort of stone, which if I remember to, I'll pop a picture up, and if you don't want to look at that, or if I forget rather, you can go to my Twitter, and it will be one of my recent pictures on there, and you can also see my ugly face if you want to. You can be all up on that. No, that came out wrong. Oh god. But yeah, so I got that designed, and I think it took from November to February 26th is when I had it in my hands, and I didn't open it until probably March 2nd, probably the day before I left, just because I was so nervous, and like I knew that I was going to, like, I'm a pretty emotional person when it comes to her. Like other things I'm like, yeah, whatever, but she kind of brings out like a different side of me, like a more unmanly side. And I knew I was going to be emotional, so I opened it. I cried, like a man, of course. And I just, it was like one of those very odd moments, because I knew that it was perfect. I knew that she was going to love it. So when we actually got into Lexington, and everything was perfect, and it'd been like, I know this is very cliche, but it really was like the best time of my life being with her. And I'm definitely looking forward to being with her more because of that. But I was just like, I need to be with this woman because I love her a lot, and it was really an amazing feeling, and it's the happiest I've been. So I was like, okay, it's I'm going to propose. And I kind of, I mean, it's hard for her not to know it was coming because, like, well, first of all, I'm just not stealthy at all. She knew I had the ring there, like, it was impossible not to know. And I also teased her about it, which is a whole nother story, which I'll have her there for that because she'll make fun of me and call me dumb, I'm sure. She won't, but still. But yeah, I just, you know, I had the ring and I was like, you know what, on March 8th, that's when it felt right. And that's when I was like, I'm doing this because it's a beautiful sunset, which it was about 5, I think it was like 5:53, which, yes, I remember numbers weird. I'm pretty sure it was like right around that time when the sun was setting. And I was like, let's go up to the roof before we go out. Yeah, because I think we were going to go out to eat at, maybe it's Cheesecake Factory or something like that. Or maybe we were going to the movies, I don't remember. But I was like, okay, I need to, or maybe we were walking, I don't know, I'm trying to think. But I was like, okay, I need to propose to this woman, so... And she told me the only thing she wanted when getting married or having a proposal, I guess, was something with a nice view. So we went on top of her building that was in downtown Lexington. I'll even tell you where it's at because we're not going there, well, feasibly for a while. But it was right beside Rupp Arena. It was like on South Broadway. So if you want to look at the area, you now know. So we were staying there, literally like a block over from Rupp Arena, where University of Kentucky plays and where we watch Disney on Ice and all that. And we went on top of the roof, which is about, I don't know, it's pretty high up. I don't remember the actual like stories or anything like that. It was pretty high though, probably like 11, 12, something like that. And it was really, really beautiful up there. It like felt perfect out. And it was once I had like gotten we like gotten in and I'd taken like my fancy, well, not fancy, but my nice shirt off. I was in like a white shirt that probably had like a mustard stain on it, knowing me, or some type of stain of some sort, because that's me. I was wearing like some Walmart boat shoes that I had, and then like pants, I think just, well, not pants, but like trousers. And that's when it happened. It was just a beautiful view. Everything looked really nice. And I even did the whole getting down on one knee thing, which I didn't know if I was going to do or not. And I'd been carrying the ring the entire day. So, it was like, engagement rings are relatively expensive. So I was like, like the entire day freaking out. And one point earlier when we got out of Cheesecake Factory, I believe, or just from shopping in general, she, I was like being very lovey, of course, because I knew that I wanted to do it that day. And in the car, she was like, I guess, being extra loving and kind of pushing into the thing that I wanted to propose. And she basically was like, please don't propose in the car. Just no. So I'm pretty sure at that point, it was getting, she kind of had to know. No? Maybe? No. But we ended up getting there, and then, it was just really, really beautiful. And it's the reason I liked doing it above downtown Lexington was because that's where we plan to live. Well, not downtown Lexington, but we plan to live in Lexington somewhere. And it just felt like the right place. It felt like the right time. And she said yes. So that was good. I was wanting that. And then shortly thereafter, ended up calling my parents, letting them know. My dad expected it. My mom was surprised. And then the next morning, we called her parents because it was already like, they live 5 hours ahead and it was already pretty late. It was probably like midnight or 1 a.m. there. And then we called her. She told her mom, and she expected it apparently. And then her dad didn't, but he took it well after a while, and we're all good. But yeah, it went fantastically, and I'm very, very excited, very happy that I'm going to be, getting married to, the woman I love and everything. And this has been lame, and I know this, and I apologize for everyone cringing out there, but there was a lot of people wondering, so you're welcome. Because the entire time I've been saying this, I'm like, this is probably something I wouldn't even watch because this would make me cringe so hard, but I'm just going to push through. And I probably didn't even tell the story well because I'm like, when I talk about it, I get very excited, obviously, because it's still recent and, well, it's still like a big thing for me, and I'm very proud the way I did it because it went very smoothly for by my standards. And it was really really nice, and you know, proud of it and everything. So yeah, there is that, and we're gonna be hopefully married this fall, maybe sooner, depending upon when our visa gets approved. Like, we just literally can't know. That's kind of the hard part. Worst come to worst, we can do like a courthouse, sort of deal, or like a little eloping thing in Vegas, maybe. No, we could do some type of eloping thing, like if we had to, if they didn't have a booking when we want to do it, and like if it's approved early enough, and then we can just go ahead and do like a proper ceremony for our family later down the line as well. So that would be pretty good. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the whole I guess marriage part of it. But there's been a lot to it. Like, she's been like going crazy doing everything as well. Like, it's been hard on her is what I mean. Like, she's got her wedding dress now. She's worked on wedding invitations, all that stuff. So it's a lot of work. That is for sure. But it's all worth it in the end. I've talked for almost 20 minutes about this, haven't I? Oh no, a little over 15, 16. Shut up. So yeah, I've done that, and like I said, I've been doing taxes, and this is my first year that I've done the taxes myself instead of paying someone to do it, because I wanted to save money. And it wasn't as hard as I thought. I used TaxAct. This isn't sponsored, of course, but taxact.com, and it was actually really, really easy, because I do the hardest part of it, which is gathering all my receipts and doing all the number part, and then I would just bring it in and let her do the forms. But when I was using TaxAct, and there's like TurboTax, and which anyway, I don't think is the best company. I believe that's how it's pronounced too. But it's not the best company for stuff, so I don't really use it too much. But yeah, it was really, really easy, because it's like basic questions, and then they fill out the form with the stuff you input, and it's like step by step, and tells you which line to look out in, like your 1099 and all your invoices and all this stuff. So I got my 1040 and all that stuff that I need, also for the whole married process, for the sponsorship of being able to financially support. So that was fun, getting through all of that, because that was a stressful thing, and all that good stuff. And when I got back, we, after about a week, decided that we can't, like, we've had a really hard time being apart, and that's another thing so far, because we're apart until May 1st now, which is, it's almost another full month. Well, no, it's actually about 3 weeks now. Holy crap. I didn't realize it was that close. But it's about 3 weeks, but we started at, like, almost 50 some days, or 40 some days. And it was really hard when she left, because I cried out loud in the middle of the airport. I'm not even gonna lie, try to be manly, because I wasn't. And I don't think crying and having emotions is any implication of how you are a man, but nonetheless, it was really hard, and it was hard on her too, and we've been pretty miserable. Because, it was only like 11 days, which, like I said, it felt like we've always been together, but at the same time, it was hard to, as we started counting down and getting towards her having to go home. But soon she'll be able to come back to her new and better home. But on May 1st, I'm going to be going to London, which I'm terrified of, because it's going to be my first ever flight. It's a 10-hour flight. I'll be flying on a little plane first. But hopefully it'll be okay. I'm flying into Heathrow. Hopefully I can... I'm flying from Lexington to Detroit and then to Heathrow. And then on the way back, I think I'm going from Heathrow to Atlanta, back to Lexington. So, and I'm going to be in London for a month. First time I've been in that big of a city as well. The biggest city I've ever been in is Atlanta. And I'm terrified, to say the least. I'm terrified of not so much the flight, but the whole being in the airport and being rushed around sort of deal. But hopefully it'll be okay, and I'll be able to figure my way through. It's just more nerves than anything, but I know I'll be good and I'll make it there eventually. It's just an annoying thing. but I have an overnight flight. I leave at 7 and I end up being there at I leave at 7 p.m. in Lexington. I end up getting there at 11 a.m. the next day on May 2nd at Heathrow. Obviously there's a 5-hour jump in time zone, but still. But it shouldn't be too bad. We've got like our flat, all rented there and everything. That's all done for. The flight is all like ready to go. I got extra leg room because I'm 6'6", so it's like nice to have that. And it's going to be interesting. I got window seats on every flight just because I wanted to be able to look out and experience everything. I'm going to have Wi-Fi and I'll be tweeting my entire process of me screaming. But yeah, it should be really, really nice because it's an exciting thing. And I'm going to be seeing London, which is something I've only read about and, seen pictures of and videos. So I'm really excited about that because I obviously do, well, I guess it's not obvious, but I've always been a very big history nerd, especially World War II history, which is my thing. But obviously London was, I guess, bombed during that time and everything. But my interest also goes into, I've learned a lot about the, I guess, not royalty there, but like the government in the past, and not so much like politics wise, but just what they did and like all, I guess, the royalty in a way, and like the locations and all this stuff, because also my family from not too far back is from there, and like I think my eighth great grandfather was like held in the Tower of London for treason and all this stuff. So it's just really interesting to me, and I'm gonna see all these places. I'm gonna see like my 10th great grandfather's grave, which is really freaky, and just stuff like that. So it's really interesting, and like it makes me happy just because I love history. So I'm like the most boring person of all time. I just want to look at the historic stuff and I'm done. So yeah, but going to be doing that, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And yeah. Now as for videos, 22 minutes into the video. Jesus. For videos, there will be more videos obviously this month. I'm going to get into recording Plants vs. Zombies. I'm going to see if I can get Zach in for some of them, just because it's easier to record in batches that way. I'll see if he maybe wants to record like a fair bit of it. If not, that's fine, but even if I can just get him for one video, that'd be great. So we're going to do that. Maybe I'll get him to record like a bit of something else too. We shall see. But that should be fun because, obviously I like recording with him and it's easy. So yeah, that'd be fun. And Elle and I have a lot of videos, like I was saying before, recorded. So I'm going to put up an adventure map that we did very soon. I'm going to put that up on the channel. So much more of that Minecraft series, the Tech It series, which I did that in air quotes that you couldn't see. But I'm going to be putting that up, which I think should be good. And I just need to edit through it a little bit. And there's some audio issues in some of the episodes, but I think that I can edit around it. And I might condense it just so like we can get back to recording more and things like that. But there's a lot of footage there, and it should be great. It's a pretty interesting series, at least to play, so I think it'll be okay to watch. Maybe it's a little more relaxed. It's kind of like this video where I'm like, well, maybe even more relaxed, where we're just playing and then talking and random conversations, stuff like that. So if that's your thing, if you like Minecraft, that'll be something to watch for sure. Then we have, what else? We have some GTA that I need to go through, and I say some GTA, and by that I mean tons. So I'll be going through that, and hopefully, get some good videos on that, because that's actually a really good little series that we've done. I just need to get to actually editing it. So we'll do that, and what else? I forget. I know people want more Plants vs. Zombies. That's the most popular thing on my channel right now. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, that is. I'll definitely be doing that. I might check out the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Heroes or whatever it's called. I do have a way to record my iPhone. I just got to figure out how I did it before, and figure out if it's something I want to play on the channel. I'm gonna have to watch like one of Zach's episodes or something on it, and then I'll see. And then there's a few other things like Stardew Valley. I definitely want to go back to that. I was loving that. It's going to have to be edited around in the future, I can already tell, just because the kind of It's a slow game. I've put a lot of hours into it myself, probably over 20 some hours now. So I need to be able to get into it, and it's going to be something where I probably record for an hour and then you get like a 10-15 minute video. But that's alright, because that's, that's the gist of the game. Some new games that I want to play. I want to play Parkitech. If you haven't seen that, it's like old style roller coaster tycoon sort of deal. But before that, I think I'm going to, or maybe after, I don't know, or sometime during playing it, I'm going to actually play the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, because it's something that I've been wanting to do on the channel, just for like a one-off video, or maybe do like one scenario, or whatever you want to say. Because I think that would be fun, because it's a game I love, and I love tycoon games. That's like one of my favorite things. Probably going to do this Blueprint game that I've been checking out for SIPs. And I might do a bit of Factorio at some point, depending. It's kind of a hard game to record, I find, though, because it's very tedious as well. So yeah, there's that. There's plenty of other games that I've actually been wanting to play, so I might end up getting into those and playing around a little bit and just figure out what works for the channel. It might not be series, but it might be just like a one-off video or a couple videos per thing. But I'll try to get into it, and I'll try to have them up at some point, hopefully soon. Parkitect probably won't be a long series because it is in early access and it's being built, so not really a lot to it to my knowledge. I do want to play that other game. I asked for a game code on it. They added me to a list because they're very limited right now. So I'm just going to wait for that and see if I can get into that, because if I can avoid paying for stuff right now, it's great, because I'm, obviously saving for a wedding. So gonna do that and try to be safe with money and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm quickly gonna open Steam, because there was another game actually that I wanted to play, and I wanted to get people's opinion on. I don't actually see it. No, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, there's plenty of games that I have and that I could go through, even if it's just for a little bit, to kind of do as a one-off video or whatever it may be. I might end up playing a little bit of it and see if I can end up doing anything. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I apologize for saying so much. I realize that I've just been out of the whole, I guess, recording swing of things. And it's been a little bit hard to get back into it and gather my thoughts and all that stuff. I'm looking at my activity on Steam to see if I have anything. Doesn't seem it. Oh, one nice thing. If you happen to be at MCM London, Comic Con, during okay, here we go. We're doing this in a video because I'm a professional. I'm really good. London Comic Con. What days is this? The 27th through the 29th of May. If you happen to be there, I will be there as well. I don't know what days, or if I'll be there every day. I do not know. But if you happen to be there and you see a tall dude with, probably a Zanitor, like, what I'll probably wear is like something with my huge face on it, just because why not? But yeah, if you wanna just come up to me, say hi, whatever, you can. You can see what I look like on Twitter if that helps you find me even more. And I will also have a badge that says ZanitorTv, because I end up getting press badges for it, so we should be good. Elle and I will be there, and I think also her parents will be there as well, so that'll be something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think we are good. Are we good? But yeah, more videos soon, all that good stuff. I apologize for making such a long video just babbling on about life and stuff like that, but I know a lot of you were wondering this type of stuff, and you were like, where's your videos and stuff like this on Plants vs. Zombies videos and all that good stuff. So now you know, and hopefully you've enjoyed in some way, shape, or form. I will be back with more videos soon, hopefully tomorrow, or maybe starting this week, or this next week. I might record some over the weekend. It just depends. So, on that note, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't know why I did this with my voice. And goodbye. Oh, God. Bye.